Capture full grown.
I am so excited for us to be recording episode 2. We have asked David Neal to join us. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Xander, I am so excited. Thank you. What a privilege. I saw the first episode with Miss Helwig. It was wonderful, exciting, great to be here.
David, how early should a small business engage in opportunity shaping?
Xander, I think it's now to answer your question. It is today. If you are not doing it today, right now, someone else is. They're on it. They're shaping. You need to be doing it pronto.
What are the most effective ways to maybe influence a solicitation?
We have to think in terms of reshaping. You have to think in terms of really, I guess, understanding their language, understanding their buying cycle, and then articulating your value back to them. So when you're having a conversation or you're having a capability briefing, you want to say that you want to know what's happening within the agency. And then as you talk about your past performance or your value or your capabilities, you're going to say something to the effect of, here's the situation you're in. It was very similar to the situation that we had at this agency or commercial business. This was the action then that we took. The result, look at the savings, increased productivity. You can verbally talk about these things and then start shaping the opportunities even mentally, right? But the more prepared you are, the more you understand their language, their buying cycle, what they are doing, and you're fitting it in, you are shaping that opportunity.
What's your approach to building historical content before making contact with an agency? Is it important?
Oh, it is definitely important. One of the first things that I would be doing is looking at USA spending, right? I would be looking at, okay, who's buying my NACE code? Who historically has been buying my NACE code? Who are the primes, right, that are selling that NACE code? Do I need to team up with these individuals? Well, what kind of relationship do they have? Do they have a great relationship? All of this historical information is what you need to know. If you go into an agency and you know these things, you will be so far ahead or just even par with those professional companies out there that are already doing these things. You can't go in just with a big smile and say, we're the greatest thing since sliced bread. You've got to go in and actually prove it and know and say, we know historically that you are spending X amount of dollars with these companies. We know who the prime is. We are now trying to campaign and either be a teammate of theirs or come in and maybe replace that person. The more information that you can speak to in that type of a meeting and as you meet people, you will continue to shape and then win those opportunities.
Do you think AI or other data analytics is changing how a small business can compete in early shaping?
I love that question. A small business doesn't have a bench full of smart people just out there gathering information. So there are tools, and I am a huge fan of using tools um, to help you gain that intellectual intelligence. The more intellectual intelligence that you and maybe your team have, and that might be 2 or 3 people, the better prepared you're going to be to can then compete with the big boys or those people, those companies that have a whole division of people doing nothing but research and looking at these things. So I'm a huge proponent of using technology that way.
How can teaming with a prime be used by a small business as a shaping tool rather than a survival tactic?
Subs always can bring value to the table and to a large prime. Things are changing. Those small businesses will always have a place at the table. They just need to articulate, again, their capabilities and their values that they will bring to that contract.
What's the most overlooked step in the capture process where shaping actually happens?
There's probably a lot of answers for this, but I will be short and brief. If you don't know the language and if you don't know the buying cycle,
What's the biggest mistake small businesses make when trying to shape a contract?
well, in the commercial world or maybe on a state level, you did things a certain way and you got away with it. Uh, it's entirely different selling to the federal government. It's a different entity, it's a different beast. And if you do not understand, we just talked about understanding their language and understanding their buying cycles and understanding how they do business, you will miss out. So just because you've had success selling in the commercial world does not translate to automatic success selling to the federal government.
If you could give one piece of advice to every small business that's trying to enter the GovCon space, what would it be?
Oh, wow. I've got three things in my head circling, but I'm going to give one piece of advice here. Don't think you have to do this on your own. We have mentioned teaming several times throughout this podcast. Find another successful small business, find a successful large prime, articulate your value to them, um, and get some teams, get some joint ventures going, get some help. You do not have to do this all by yourself.
What is one thing that you can tell these small companies right now that if they did this, their odds would increase?
All hope is not lost, right? They're rewriting the FAR. Small business offices are closing. There's always going to be a room at the table for small business. So that's number one. Everybody can take a deep breath. If you have good past performance, maybe in the state government, in the commercial world, even in the federal world, let's start pulling that together. Be able to talk about that in a way that is really going to show, hey, this is a business that provides solid fundamentals in contracting. This is who we need to do business with. And there are a ton of small businesses out there that have that. Let's pull that together and let's go win a contract.
David, thank you so much. And I look forward to hearing about your next bestseller.
Xander, thank you so much. I'm so excited. And my goal, again, is to help small business sell their product or service to the federal government. We're going to be here. I think we're going to do a number of these around capture, around business development. I can't wait. So excited. Thank you again.
What's the 411? Capture full grown up.